As you know, the Salvation Army's Kettle Campaign launches each and every year. It is so important to communities here in the Ottawa area and, of course, right across the country. We're going to try to get Glenn here in a moment, but what I'm going to probably do... Oh, there he is. There's Glenn. Glenn Van Gulik is the Divisional Secretary for Public Relations at the Salvation Army's Ontario Division. I'm doing well, Glenn. Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
A pleasure to be with you, Derek. Great to see you.
The enjoyment of doing live television virtually, right, Glenn?
It's so true. You're right. You actually catch me in Toronto, actually, for our launch of the Kettle Campaign in Ontario. The Salvation Army's Kettle Campaign every year this time of the year, counting on volunteers and generous donors to support the work of the Salvation Army in communities right across the country.
Yeah, let's talk about, Glenn, where our money goes right here in the Ottawa area.
Yeah, the Christmas Kettle Campaign goal for Ottawa is $550,000, and that money stays local in Ottawa. So every dollar that someone puts in a kettle or taps at our tip-tap machines goes and stays in Ottawa for programs and services like our Young Parent Family Centre, Bethany Hope Centre at Woodruff and Carling, supporting young parents who are wanting to finish high school or move on to college, and we provide childcare while they do that. We have a Nourish Family Food Center, which is a bit like a food bank, but different in that we provide 90% of the food there is actually really healthy produce, fruits, vegetables, grains, those kinds of things to make sure that a growing family has everything they need. It also supports our Ottawa Booth Center and the shelter, homelessness, housing supports for individuals and families who are struggling with the challenges of homelessness. And then, of course, throughout the city of Ottawa, the Salvation Army is involved with supporting individuals or families that are needing emergency food or clothing, those kinds of things. Maybe we have a family that's coming into Canada for the first time, needing those supports at Christmas time, but all year round to make sure everyone is supported in the best possible way.
Glenn, you mentioned the Tip Tap initiative, which is a great way for people to donate, and that's one of the partnerships, of course, one of those community partnerships that's really helped with the Salvation Army. Maybe you can speak on that partnership a little more.
Yeah, Tip Tap has been a phenomenal partner to the Salvation Army. You'll see Tip Tap. These are contactless terminals. So when you come up to a kettle, you'll see an attached Tip Tap machine where you can tap a donation of $20, $10, or $5. You can tap multiple times to make more donations, but the ability to receive a donation in a world that's cash light, not everybody's carrying cash these days, certainly makes it easier for individuals to support the work of the Salvation Army as they walk by, coming out of a Walmart or stopping into a Costco or a grocery store. Just being able to tap and make a donation has been just pivotal for us, especially in a time when people are feeling like they just want to separate a little bit more and be contactless. So this is great. Yeah,
absolutely, Glenn. And when people see a kettle like you're standing beside right now and the Tip Tap, what they should know is those are all volunteers, and they are so important to this particular campaign. And I know you're looking for more volunteers this year, Glenn.
We are, yeah. That's the army behind the army, right? Volunteers are the army behind the army, and we are so thankful for every hour that those individuals stand on a kettle. You know, we've got 40-odd locations in the Ottawa region, and we're having volunteers stand on those kettles almost every single day of the campaign. So making sure that we have volunteers available is critical. So if you would like to volunteer, anyone, Derek yourself, the crew at Rogers, and anyone in the city of Ottawa that would like to volunteer on a kettle, by all means, reach out to the Salvation Army. You can visit our website, salvationarmy.ca/volunteer, fill out the form, and we'll get you connected.
You mentioned you're in Toronto right now. I know you're from Ottawa, but in Toronto as part of the launch for the campaign. And as I understand it, the Distillery Winter Village has something pretty special going on there in Toronto for those that are perhaps traveling over the holidays in the next little while.
It sure is going to be a great experience at the Distillery Winter Village. You're right. I'm a proud resident of Ottawa, but find myself in the GTA quite often. And in the Winter Village, we actually have an installation of the largest Christmas kettle in the world, 35 feet high. So if you can imagine this, 35 feet high with a kettle that is 6 feet wide, hanging above a stage where we've got a phenomenal group of performers. Brass band, of course, is synonymous with the Salvation Army. Christmas carols going throughout the season, and that will be there at the Distillery Winter Village in downtown Toronto from tonight right through till the end of December. So, yes, as you say, if someone's traveling, stopping in, by all means, stop into the Distillery Winter Village. We'd love to see you. And if not, you can check us out this evening, 6:20 p.m. on our Facebook page. and you can see the live launch of the Christmas Kettle Campaign from the Distillery Winter Village.
Glenn, you mentioned the pandemic, of course. We've seen the need rise during the pandemic. There's been a greater need in communities right across the country. And you also mentioned that, people are looking at getting more of that, social distance, and that's what Tip Tap allows. Can people also donate online to the Salvation Army during this time of year?
Absolutely. We have 4 ways that people can contribute to the Salvation Army at Christmas time. Of course, the kettle, cash into the Christmas kettle, maybe a check into the Christmas kettle, the Tip Tap, but you can also donate at salvationarmy.ca, or you can call our 1-800 number, 1-800-SAL-ARMY, SALARMY, and make a donation with one of our call center, and they'd be delighted to receive your call and receive your donation. Thank you.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much, Glenn. Real pleasure having you on the show. Thanks for taking the time today.
Likewise, Derek. God bless you.
Same here. Don't go anywhere. We'll tell you about another feel-good story coming up after the break, how one man is helping put smiles on seniors' faces in retirement homes right here in the Ottawa area. We'll be back with that right after this. You're watching Daytime Ottawa right here on Rogers TV.